Hello everyone. Welcome back. I really appreciate the views that I got on my video of me doing the Porsche Cup at Nürburgring last week. I got the most video views than I have gotten on any video that I've uploaded since I've started my small channel here. So I really appreciate the views and the comments. So I appreciate the encouragement. My plan was to try to upload 2 videos last week, but I had a really bad week where I lost a lot of safety rating and I rating because I had a couple of events where I had actually filed some protests because of just idiot drivers punting me and just wrecking my car at the Porsche Cup at Spa. I got killed at the very start of the race before I made the first turn because somebody made a move and it created like a chain reaction. So, and I didn't end up disconnecting because by the time my car would have gotten fixed, the race would have been over and I would have lost iRating anyway. So I had a really rough week last week. My plan was this week, the Ringmeister, they're running GT3 cars at the Ringmeister this week. And my plan was to run the Audi R8. I don't have the best pace in that car, but it's a very enjoyable car nonetheless. I typically run the McLaren, and I seem to have my best pace in the McLaren. So I went against that plan of doing the Audi R8. I did the McLaren instead because my goal was to try to recoup as much safety rating and I rating as I could before the end of the season, because I was actually in jeopardy of losing my A license because I lost almost 1.5 safety rating points in one event because some idiot punted me twice after the course before I could disconnect. So I filed a couple of protests, and I don't know if this guy's going to get banned. I don't know what's going to happen, but I had a rough week last week. So today I'm running McLaren. I ran this event a couple of times this week to recoup my I rating and my safety rating, and I'm going to run it a few more times because every time I run it, I get within the top 5. And looking at the other splits, because I'm still considered a rookie in iRacing, because there's people that's been doing this on iRacing for like 10 plus years. I've only been out here for under 2 years, so I'm doing pretty well. Some of it can attribute to me having real world racing experience in motorcycles, dirt bikes, cars. And another thing is this very immersive motion rig that I have. I can tell you, this is the closest thing to reality that you can get from being in the car. The only difference between this motion rig or any other motion rig that you have is that you don't get sustained G-forces, but with the belt tensioning system, it can trick your brain because you're getting the pull at the back of the seat as you're going in turns. But with the motion, I'm getting an initial movement when I'm hitting that corner or where I'm going up on that curb, where I'm hitting that rumble strip. Even when I brake, it's like I can feel the G-forces under braking. I can feel the wheel slip. I'm getting all that sensation from this motion rig. So it's pretty advantageous for me having it. And because of that, it's like I don't make contact with other drivers. And it's like you can see in this race, I'm not going to fight with anyone over a position. If a person's in my draft, if they're running a good pace, I'm going to let them by. Because, you know, when you're running a race, the more that you're fighting to try to hold on to position, it creates this paradox to where you're losing a lot of grip on your tires because you're overheating your tires. So I typically play it smart. I'll fight for it a little bit, but I'm going to let them by and get in their draft. And 9 times out of 10, when people pass me like that, they end up crashing because they fought so hard to get around me. So that's my real life racecraft logic kicking in. So I don't fight over position, you know. And plus, I treat all my sim races as if I'm driving a factory car. I try not to make contact. If I know that I'm going to make contact, I'll give up a position. That's just kind of the way that I race. And I try to race clean. If I do have an incident with someone, I'm typically polite. I'll let them back by. But unfortunately, out here, people don't do that. But anyway, I hope that you enjoy my upload today. And please comment and please subscribe. Give me feedback to what you think. And just let me know that you appreciate what I'm doing out here. So I'll see you guys next time.
Good luck, everybody. Old tires. That's my fantasy too.